scary Peppa Pig episode that never made it on TV. It was a perfectly ordinary morning in Peppa's house, or so it seemed. Peppa woke up in her bedroom, but something felt different. The walls appeared slightly darker. The family portrait showed everyone smiling, but their eyes seemed to follow her. Downstairs, Mummy Pig was making breakfast. But when Peppa looked closely, Mummy Pig's reflection in the window showed a completely different expression, one of deep fear. The reflection's mouth was moving, but no sound came out. George was playing with his dinosaur toy, but it seemed to move on its own when no one was looking. Every time Peppa glanced away and looked back, the dinosaur had changed position. George didn't seem to notice. Daddy Pig announced they were going to visit Grandpa Pig's farm. The car ride felt unusually long, and the familiar countryside looked somehow wrong. The trees were bright green, but their shadows fell in impossible directions. At Grandpa Pig's farm, the animals were behaving strangely. The chickens stood perfectly still, all facing the same direction, staring at something invisible. The sheep had gathered in a perfect circle, not moving, not making any sound. Grandpa Pig greeted them with his usual smile, but his eyes remained completely blank. He spoke in his normal voice, but the words didn't match his lip movements, creating an unsettling echo effect. Inside the farmhouse, family photos lined the walls, but in each picture, one family member was missing. In some photos, Peppa wasn't there. In others, George had vanished. Everyone in the photos was looking directly at the empty space. During lunch, the food kept changing when they weren't looking. Sandwiches became soup, soup became cake. But everyone continued eating as if nothing unusual was happening. Peppa began to notice that conversations were repeating. Daddy Pig would say the exact same thing he had said an hour earlier. Mummy Pig would laugh at the exact same moment. The most disturbing moment came when Peppa looked in the bathroom mirror and saw not her own reflection, but someone else entirely. Another little pig wearing her exact clothes, but with completely different eyes that seemed ancient. When it was time to leave, Grandpa Pig waved goodbye, but as their car drove away, Peppa looked back to see him still standing there, still waving, his arm moving in the exact same motion, over and over again. The drive home felt endless. The same trees passed by multiple times, as if they were driving in circles. The radio played the same song on repeat, but each time, one instrument was missing. Back home, everything appeared normal again, but Peppa couldn't shake the feeling that something fundamental had changed. That night, she could hear faint whispers coming from the walls. And in the morning, when Peppa woke up, she realized with growing horror that it was the exact same morning as before, and everything was about to happen again, exactly the same way, forever.